GMC, Fresno County's only Chevrolet Buick GMC dealer. Local news that matters. This
Coming up, two different bars, two different shootings, what we know about this weekend's violent nightlife nightmare.
Plus, how your kids can experience the opera in a safe way, a live report about UC Merced's program.
It is 5 a.m. over Fresno before the sun rises over the Central Valley. Good morning. Welcome to ksee24 Sunrise. I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Caroline Collins. Thank you for waking up with us. Let's check in with Ruben. He has a look at today's forecast. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Things are warming up. We had a pleasant weekend, and temperatures are warming up to the 90s for a good portion of the valley this afternoon. And we are in the upper 50s for some areas. 59 in Fresno this morning, 58 for Visalia, and 53 for Madera. And compared to 24 hours ago, it is about 2 to 9 degrees warmer, especially in the South Valley this morning. And this afternoon, close to 10 degrees warmer compared to what we had over the weekend. 60s for most of the area. Once we get to 7 o'clock this morning, plenty of sunshine for your Monday. 79 at noon, 91, warmer than the 81 of yesterday. And now our temperatures are above average, which is 85 for this time of year. As we continue into the new week, this is pretty much it. It's just going to be a little warm for late May. We'll talk more about those temperatures in a few minutes. For now, we will send it back to you.
Thanks, Ruben. New at sunrise in D.C. are heading back home today. The troops were called to the district following the deadly January 6th attack on the Capitol. That deployment ended at midnight. Starting this morning, more than 2,100 National Guard troops will return to their home base. Coronavirus case numbers are at their lowest nationwide in nearly a year.
Health officials say the U.S. 7-day average is less than 30,000 new COVID cases. That's about a tenth of what it was at the January peak. In 9 states, at least 70% of adults are partially vaccinated, but in 10 others, mostly in the South, less than half have gotten the dose. Meanwhile, British health officials found the vaccines are effective against a variant first discovered in India, which is now circulating here in the U.S.
The message for everybody watching this, which comes from this data, is that getting the second jab is vital.
Investigating some rare cases of heart inflammation among vaccinated teens and young adults. Experts say the condition shouldn't discourage anyone from getting vaccinated. The CDC says the complications were more common in male than female patients and showed up about 4 days after the second dose of Moderna and Pfizer vaccines. They're still encouraging anyone 12 and older to get vaccinated. Investigators are still trying to track down the gunman from police. A 21-year-old Marilinda Luna of Fresno and 27-year-old Andres Sanchez of Sanger were killed. A third man who worked at the Palace Bar was wounded. Officers questioned a man yesterday who they say was with the shooter. People who live in the area say the nightlife felt safe, but this shooting may prompt changes.
Environment, so community-minded, and it's just very disheartening to see such a random act of violence. I think the community will bounce back, but I think safer measures will be implemented, and they need to be.
After questioning, police say they are closer to identifying a suspect.
Developing now, Fresno police are also looking for the gunman who shot a man outside of a nightclub. A viewer shared this photo and video with us of the scene outside Aldo's nightclub on Belmont near Humboldt early yesterday morning. Officers say a 26-year-old man leaving the club got into a fight with a group of people inside of a white BMW. Police say someone in the car shot at the man several times before driving off. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Investigators believe this was gang-related.
A Fresno family's in the hospital after a rollover crash near Highway 145 and Clinton Avenue near Kermit. The CHP says a couple and two young children were in a Jeep last night. Officers said the driver lost control and crashed into the front yard of a house, taking down trees, fencing, and plants. Officers say the Jeep rolled at least once. They say the children were not in safety seats and one child was ejected from the Jeep. Officers also say the couple had just come from Skaggs Bridge Park and had been drinking. They suspect the two were arguing before the crash.
We're not sure, due to some circumstances, that this could be an intentional act that caused the vehicle to leave the roadway, involving the two adults within the vehicle.
The woman who lives in the house where the crash happened says she's lucky the car missed her front door and that no other cars were involved.
I actually backed up thinking, is something coming down on my house? And then I realized that it was moving, so I opened the door, and of course the dirt was, I couldn't see any of this. And so I shut the door for a minute, then opened the door and just came out because I heard them screaming.
The cause of the crash is under investigation.
Republicans and the White House are hitting another roadblock in an infrastructure deal.
The White House lowered the price of the plan to $1.7 trillion from the $2 trillion it was before. But Republicans say costs are still too high. Kelly Myers on Capitol Hill with where this could go from here.
Good morning. Well, senators return here this week and will continue negotiations, but the two sides are growing further apart, and it's becoming more likely that Democrats could go this alone. President Joe Biden is looking for a bridge to bipartisanship on his infrastructure plan.
Well, I think the president coming down $550 billion off of his initial proposal, I think shows the willingness to negotiate in good faith, and in a serious manner.
On Friday, the White House dropped the price of the plan from $2.25 trillion to $1.7 trillion to get more GOP laws. Rejected the offer.
The number is too big because the scope of what the White House staff wants to call infrastructure is way too big.
Right now, Republicans are suggesting a nearly $600 billion counteroffer, focusing on what they believe represents infrastructure, funding for roads, bridges, and broadband. President Biden's new slimmed-down proposal meets GOP lawmakers on broadband spending, but the next 10 days will show if the new pitch will work.
This will determine whether or not we can work together.
There's discussion of splitting the package into two, but if the two sides can't find common ground, Democrats are prepared to pass it on their own.
You know, if they're not coming forward, we've got to go forward alone.
President Biden has said that he wants this package to be bipartisan, and Republicans say their discussions with the president have been positive, but whether that will lead to a compromise, we'll have to watch this week and see. Reporting here in Washington, I'm Kelly Meyer.
School is almost out for many throughout the valley, and if you're looking for something for the kiddos to do at home, UC Merced's Children's Opera is back.
Yeah, this year performers ditched the stage and moved for a virtual show. ksee24's Natalie Vera is live with more. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Well, every spring, UC Merced invites about 3,500 kids to their children's opera. But this year, because of COVID, kids will actually be able to enjoy the show from home. Now, I talked to the program director, and she tells me that 19,000 little ones in the Central Valley and beyond have now been able to experience the opera. It premiered last week on YouTube, and it's free. They tell me the idea is to expose children to the arts in an interactive, engaging way, even if it's done virtually.
You will actually see children in the opera. They are the ones that will ultimately teach the king and queen how to be better leaders and to pay attention to what's going on. And children all over the valley are singing along with it this week.
The performance also features landmarks from around campus. The goal is to get kids interested in UC Merced or in a university. Young age. This year's Save the Dragons show is focused on nature, so everything was filmed outside. Again, this show is free. It's available on YouTube, but they are offering some bonus features for classrooms in showing the performance to their kids. I'll show you how to register online coming up at 5:30. But for now, live in Fresno, I'm Natalie Vera, ksee24, local news that matters.
Well, that'll really wake you up, that opera singing. Wow. Yeah.
That should be my alarm.
Yes, I'm super awake now. How fun for the kids to learn how to do that.
ksee24 sunrise time, 5:09.
Still ahead, how much do you think this diamond ring sold for? Well, it's a lot, and we're going to tell you after the break.
And after a pleasant weekend, temperatures are warming up. First, your 40 allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Oak, privet, and oak are and olive are the top pollens. And we are in the medium range through Tuesday. I'll show you exactly how long temperatures will stay in the 80s as KC Sunrise continues.
Placed in a coma, this man fought for his life against COVID.
I couldn't get up out that wheelchair. I hated that wheelchair.
Overcoming the odds, he made a truly inspiring recovery.
It's just a blessing. That's all I can say is this is God's blessing.
Health matters to the edge of death and the journey to recovery. Surviving COVID on ksee. Stay connected with local news at yourcentralvalley.com and your local weather authority forecast every day. ksee24 News is always available at yourcentralvalley.com.
Expect more from the Sanger Solid Pre-Owned Sales Event from Sanger, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, all certified Sanger Solid.
Sanger Solid.
Expect the highest value on your trade-in, and every pre-owned vehicle comes with a Sanger Solid 20-point inspection by our GM certified mechanics.
Sanger Solid.
Don't miss the Sanger Solid Pre-Owned Sales Event going on now from Sanger, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC on Academy in downtown Sanger.
This is Sanger.
Really what I love about it is that there's always a story. I like to build a rapport, a sense of trust. Part of what makes me proud to work with this type of community is that it's the breadbasket, it's the foundation of our country, and I get a lot of satisfaction out of trying to be able to help them. There's very few investments that are offering that 30-40% return that really hedges against the rising utility costs that are happening. At the end of the day, it creates an opportunity to save money and be energy independent.
Choosing can be difficult. Corner Bakery makes it simple with our Choose 2. Mix and match any 2 kitchen-crafted favorites to build your perfectly paired meal. For freshly prepared, artisan-inspired choices, visit one of our Valley locations in Fresno and Visalia today.
Waiting for the perfect time to buy? Own a Car presents this year's first 500 down sales event. This special down payment. Have any credit, just okay credit, or horribly bad credit, it shouldn't matter. If you're ready to look good, feel good, and drive something more your style, get in today during this early 500 down sales event. If your down payment is coming from your taxes, we can wait. That's right. Drive home today with your promise to pay it later, and forget about all the red tape nonsense you could get elsewhere. It's Own a Car's 500 down sale, going on now at Blackstone and Bullard in the Target Shopping Center.
Welcome back on this Monday morning. Things feel a little like summer. Nothing too extreme, but our temperatures for most of the weekend were either below average or seasonable. Now we're going above average, and this morning 59 degrees in Fresno, 55 in Sacramento, 60 in Bakersfield, a chilly 29 degrees up in Lake Tahoe this morning. Most of the Central Valley low to mid 50s right now. 58 in Visalia, 53 in Madera, and 51 for Lemoore this morning. And compared to 24 hours ago, it's already warmer out there, as much as 9 degrees warmer this morning in Visalia and 3 degrees warmer in Lemoore. And our temperatures this afternoon will be a good. And of course, we're talking about also being much warmer than yesterday. As for the wind, they have calmed down. There was a bit of a breeze throughout the weekend, and that breeze will return tonight. Tomorrow, it's just a brief cool down, then things start to get warmer again once we get to Wednesday. Quick look outside to show you a live picture this morning from our Valley Cam at Avenue 13 and Highway 99. You can see clear skies this morning as we overlook parts of Madera right now. Temperature in the 50s at 53 degrees. Winds are calm and visibility is 10 miles, and that's pretty much the case up and down the valley. Are pretty much quiet. We actually picked up a little bit of snow in this year, late Friday into Saturday, but that is behind us, and things are going to be quiet on the radar for quite some time. Plenty of sunshine for your Monday. We might see a few passing high clouds late this afternoon, but that's it. Then skies clear once again for tonight, and high pressure starts to build back in, and things are going to be quiet for quite some time with this temperature range we're expecting for the next several days. And our temperatures this afternoon will be above average, and of course, Futurecast shows things being kind of quiet. And of course, we did pick up a little bit of snowfall at the highest elevations, and things are going to be quite this way for some time. Still might see some clouds develop on the backside of the mountain range, and then that's about it. As for our temperatures, they're going to be more appropriate for the of May. 91 our forecast high. Average is now 85 for this time of year. Even though we're in the 90s, technically that's hot, but it can get really hot. Record high for today is 103. Set back in 1890. Overnight lows so far have been pretty much on track. 92 today in Visalia, 94 for Lemoore, 93 in Mendota, 90 for Los Banos, 90 for Merced, and then we have 80s today for Oakers. The foothills also warmer, but not as warm as the valley floor. 81 in Yosemite Valley, 67 for Shaver Lake, and 60 for Sequoia. Expecting plenty of. It's now moderate in all valley counties and for Sequoia National Park, and this will likely be right around this range for the next few days because things are going to be warming up after tomorrow. Just a brief cool down, and those winds will start to pick up late this afternoon, this evening from the northwest, 10 to 15 miles an hour. Not expecting the gusty conditions we had last week. 80s return just for a one-time appearance tomorrow. Will be cooler and temperatures warm back up to the 90s, and we're pretty much going to be right around 90 degrees for the rest of the week, at least until Friday and maybe even the first half of the weekend. But we're going to see clouds from another trough that's going to try to cool us off, sending us back to the 80s as early as Sunday. Your regional forecast always available online 24 hours a day. Just log on to yourcentralvalley.com to check it out. For now, we will send it back to you.
Thanks, Ruben. Well, if you're looking for the ultimate diamond ring for that special someone, you're going to have to keep looking. A rare 15.8 carat purple pink diamond is off the market. It sold at auction yesterday in Hong Kong for $29.2 million. It's called the Sakura diamond. Sakura is the Japanese word for cherry blossom. Wow.
It does look like a cherry blossom. I see it.
That's $29.2 million. What a lucky woman.
But, or man.
Or man.
I mean, you know, but diamonds are priceless.
I guess so. My goodness. ksee24 sunrise time is 5:16.
Still ahead. Put down the melatonin because it's the morning. No, we have some foods you can add to your diet to disease.
Allard's Art is your local source for all of your drawing and painting needs. From blank canvas, largest assortment of Barstow.
For more information on this business, go to yourcentralvalley.com and click on Central Valley Local.
Now yourcentralvalley.com, pros who know.
Don't be fooled by imitation stem cell treatments. For real regeneration, we use your own body's stem cells to turn damaged tissue into healthier ones. Call us today for an appointment.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know.
Introducing the Furniture City Credit Card. Get furniture for your entire home for as little as $69 a month. Plus 0% financing and no credit check needed. Furnish your entire home for $69 a month. Get pre-qualified at FurnitureCity.com. That's incredible. That's Furniture City.
A&W restaurants are in full swing and serving your favorites fresh and ready to go. Fill up your car and feed your family at the Dinuba A&W Valero Gas and Food Mart featuring drive-thru or walk-in takeout. A&W, serving up good times and great food.
Get ready to celebrate. Get ready to save. Get Memorial Day savings at Ventura TV. Save now on our huge selection of in-stock brand name appliances and electronics as manufacturers are raising prices June 6th. This multimedia DVD CD player with HD upscaling, glass shelf refrigerator with LED lighting is just $5.99. Is now $10.79. Get easy financing and the lowest prices in town at Ventura TV, your local low price leader since 1951.
At Mid-Valley Disposal, we don't stop because your life doesn't stop. We serve 27 communities throughout the valley, maintaining essential trash collection and recycle processing for all our customers. Our employees continue to set high standards of safety and service during these challenging times. Mid-Valley thanks them for the dedication to customers and to our communities because we don't stop. Mid-Valley Disposal. We promise to do our part while you continue to do yours.
Dinosaurs, come alive! Over 60 moving, breathing, ferocious dinosaurs. An exciting drive-through Jurassic journey. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Merced County Fairgrounds. For tickets and more info, visit JurassicEmpire.com.
Turn your living space into a home you love with Furniture City. Search the or see it now at FurnitureCity.com. It's easier than ever. And pick it up within 48 hours. That's incredible. That's Furniture City.
ksee24 News is brought to you in part by Fresno Unified School District.
A new study suggests the COVID pandemic may have prevented thousands Scientists from MIT measured levels of nitrogen dioxide in 36 countries. They estimate the drop in vehicle and coal power plant emissions during the lockdown prevented as many as 32,000 premature deaths. However, there was little change in ozone and fine air particle pollution levels. An 8-month-old boy is the youngest person in the world to receive 2 doses of the Enzo got vaccinated as part of a clinical trial conducted by Upstate Medical University. His parents, both doctors, had no concerns about shots for their babies. They say that he had no reaction to the vaccine and they hope it encourages others.
You won't need to quarantine. You won't need to 2 weeks of your life staying inside, not doing anything. And I think every family's looking forward to return to normal in that aspect.
Yeah. You won't have kids giving it to the parents and the parents giving it to the kids.
University Hospitals is one of the 4 sites in the U.S. testing the Pfizer vaccine in children under the age of 5.
Millions of Americans have not been sleeping well during the pandemic, but if you're counting an increasingly number of sheep at night, well, you might want to look at your diet. Nuts may help people sleep a little better at night. Nutrition experts say almonds, walnuts, and pistachios contain magnesium, which has been thought to improve sleep. Another surprising sleep aid, tart cherry juice.
Small amount of melatonin, and melatonin is a hormone that we have naturally in our bodies that rises right before we fall asleep.
Experts say alcoholic drinks might make you feel sleepy at first, but they can disrupt your sleep cycle. Besides ditching alcohol, experts recommend cutting off caffeine after 4 p.m. Yeah, no coffee after 4, and avoiding high-fat or heavy meals before bed.
Hey, we are in the right place to eat a lot of almonds, that is for sure.
Oh, and cherries, they're in season right now. I'm seeing them all over the place at farmers markets, and they are they are so good.
So those are all the foods you need. No more buying Advil PM and melatonin.
Yeah, just get it from cherries. ksee24 sunrise time. 5:21.
Still ahead, get ready to meet the wrestling hotshot stirring up national competition as she's not even in high school yet. We're back with your morning sports after this.
Mobile sees your hard work day in and day out. So we're giving you the tools you need to gain the edge, tackle new challenges, and rule your day. You work hard. That's why Metro makes switching easy. Right now, there's 0 fees to switch. Get our lowest price on unlimited. Just $25 a line for 4 lines. Plus 4 free Galaxy phones, all on the T-Mobile network. That's Metro, empowering you to rule your day.
I'm Amanda at our Ingram office in Fresno. No matter what part of the valley you live in, you'll find an insurance expert at Sunland Insurance ready to help you protect your car, home, or property, all at a price you can afford.
Sunland Insurance understands the severity of these challenging times. We are committed to helping our clients save as much money as possible. Please contact us and let us help you. And please stay safe. From all of us here at Sunland Insurance, 1-866-SUNLAND.
At Way of the Fist, classes are in full session. Training in the arts of boxing, karate, and jiu-jitsu. Head coach David Davis uses his 55 years of experience to instruct new and returning students in technique, discipline, and respect. From 6 to 60, Way of the Fist teaches hard work as the basis for success. Join our classes with all safety precautions in force and limited class size. Way of the Fist, minutes away in Selma, worlds away in the arts of boxing, karate, and jiu-jitsu.
Introducing the Lowe's List. Here are some of the innovative products chosen by our experts for 2021. We chose this exclusive Whirlpool 2-in-1 washer. Also, Samsung connected appliances. We love the HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Everlast. And a top pick, this exclusive new line of Flex Power Tools. To see what else made the Lowe's List, visit Lowe's.com. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility.
Morning. And that's be the case for highs this afternoon. It's going to feel a little like summer today. Right now, current conditions show 59 degrees in Fresno, 58 in Visalia, and 52 for Merced, and temperatures through the past few mornings. Also, the winds will be much more calm. 60s for everyone at 7 o'clock this morning. So if you're going to have a hot cup of coffee, it's going to be mild, and you might want to switch to iced coffee once we get to 9 o'clock or so, because that's when temperatures will be very close to the 70s. Today, high of 91 in Fresno, warmer than the weekend, and now we're above average, which is 85. Our temperatures for quite some time were actually below average for this time of year. We do got a quick cool down to the 80s tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, we're back to the 90s, a little warm once again for late May in Central California. We'll talk more about this warming trend into the weekend, but first.
History was made at the PGA Championship. Julia Lopez has lefties' victory against the field and Father Time.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Final round of the PGA Championship. Clovis East's Bryson DeChambeau entered the day tied for 7th, but he had a rough outing, finishing with a 5 over 77, tied for 31st. However, history was made on Sunday. 50-year-old Phil Mickelson becoming the oldest to win a major. Lefty on the 18 to clinch the win, and after his approach lands on the green, take a look at that crowd. Thousands of people wanting to witness this. Mickelson eventually emerges from the crowd and taps in for par on the his 6th major championship, embracing his brother Tim, who serves as his caddy. 8 seniors were honored at Fresno State's home finale against UNLV. Former Buchanan star Zach Presno was winning a triple in the first. EJ Andrews goes yard in the second, his 8th home run of the season, and that gives Fresno State a 5-0 lead. 2 batters later, Ryan Higgins says, hey, I can do that too. A solo blast to left field. The Dogs hit 4 homers on Sunday. They run-roll the Rebs 12-2 on Senior Day. We know wrestling here in the Central Valley runs deep, and there's one wrestler who's gaining national recognition and isn't even in high school yet. Inside this 2,600 square foot wrestling facility, you'll find some of the top wrestlers in the state training. If you take a closer look, you'll notice they're not all boys.
You know, I think sometimes when guys hear that I wrestle, I think they're shocked sometimes, but then once they've seen
Yeah, very good. Bella Gonzalez is an 8th grader at Rayburn Intermediate. She's 14 years old and is already making a scene on the national stage. Gonzalez is a 2-time national champion, and she'll be going to Mexico City in October to represent the United States at the Pan American Games, which will be her first international tournament.
It was crazy. I was like, wow, I can't believe I did that, because I was really wanting to win this for almost 2 years now. I was supposed to go before COVID, but that happened and I wasn't able to, and now I finally went, and I was like, wow, I did it. I finally did it.
Ray Blanco, who has coached Gonzalez since she was in the 4th grade, was in her corner at Nationals in Irving, Texas.
I'm a veteran, so I'm like pumped up to represent now, so yeah, it's been a ride. It really has been a really special ride. Proud to be part of it, and looking forward to bigger things from her.
Next year, she's going to be a freshman Timberwolves program under head wrestling coach Josh Adams.
She's definitely a special wrestler for us. Coming into the high school next year, we have a growing girls program, and she's going to fit right into that, and you know, she'll fall into a leadership role, I would imagine, right out of the gates.
Gonzalez works out twice a day for 2 hours each session. She'll train at the club against high school boys and then train at home with her younger sister.
I have big goals ahead of me, and I know that if I stop now, other people will catch up and possibly get ahead of me. So I have to keep pushing myself to keep working, so I know that I'll end up on top.
I know I've talked to her and Dad, and they have some long-term goals looking at, you know, the future Olympic cycles and where she's at. If you looked at the Olympic trials this year, there were a couple 17-year-olds that made the finals in the women's division, and she's right up at that level in terms of her progression and where she could be the next, you know, 3 years from now, or definitely from 7 years from now.
Was a dancer and gymnast for a long time before she started wrestling, and she says that helped her with flexibility and footwork. Also need to mention that she is a straight A student. That's your look at sports. I'm Julia Lopez for Sports Central.
Dig into it.
Well, you're barely here because you tried to leave already.
I was addicted to heroin, and I was getting beat up, that I left my kids. What do you need to understand?
New Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on ksee24.
Who
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Pesky leaks? Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal Spray seals out water, air, and moisture. Stops and prevents leaks indoors, outdoors, and virtually anywhere you need for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Why Cedar? Dial on the Cedar Easy Ring removes over 99% of bacteria, even with just water. Easy and truly clean floors. Cedar, it feels great to feel at home.
When the feet that don't take a break need a break. That's a job for O'Keeffe's for Healthy Feet. It's America's #1 selling foot cream for guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked feet. Also available in O'Keeffe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands.
Whole cooking and cleanup thing, so easy. Speeds up this, so I can get to them.
Easy Prep Cook and Clean with Reynolds Wrap.
When you call Precision, you will know who's on the way. You will get an email that has the technician's picture. That way you can feel safe knowing that the person that's knocking on your door is the same person that you see in the email. And on the commercial, apparently.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
When you call Jacoby & Myers, our trusted team is there for you to get you the assistance you need so you can get back to the life you love. We have earned the trust of tens of thousands of clients. Justice for you since 1972. Jacoby & Myers.
Stay informed with the latest local news on Facebook.
Like and follow our page, then click following and select See First.
Now you'll get local news that matters with ksee24.
ksee24 News is brought to you in part by Corner Bakery. Local news that matters. This is ksee24 News Sunrise.
Ahead on Sunrise, the investigation continues after a deadly bar shooting in Clovis as police search for the gunman. Reaction from people in the area who say they normally feel safe there.
Plus, coronavirus care. New concern, though, over potential link between the vaccine and a very rare side effect.
And kids putting on a virtual performance in the North Valley. We're live with the details on the UC Merced Children's Opera. Good Monday morning to you and welcome to ksee24 Sunrise. I'm Caroline Collins.
I'm Brody Logan. Thank you for joining us. Ruben Contreras is here with a look at our Monday forecast. Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning, guys. Things are warming up. It's going to feel a little like summer this afternoon. Of course, we had some pleasant temperatures over the weekend, and of course, we were in the 70s and 80s, and we're going for 90s today. Clear skies this morning. We're waiting for the sun to rise. This is a live picture from our Valley Cam here at ksee24. We're looking at the Fresno Airport. You see the Fresno Air Terminal off in the distance there this morning. As for our temperatures, low to mid 50s, not too bad right now, but you're really going to feel the 53 this morning in Madera, 58 in Visalia, and 59 for Fresno this morning. And compared to 24 hours ago, it's already warmer out there compared to this time yesterday, just by a few degrees for Fresno North Valley. But the South Valley, 9 degrees warmer this morning in Visalia and 5 degrees warmer in Hanford. So that's going to time of year. Plenty of sunshine for your Monday. Temperatures will be in the 60s from 7 all the way through 9 o'clock this morning. Mid to upper 70s at noon, then our high of 91, well above the average of 85 for this time of year. And then this evening, the breezes pick up again, and that helps us out with a cooling trend for tomorrow. Then things warm up again. We'll show you those temperatures in a few minutes. For now, we will send it back to you.
Thank you, Ruben. New at Sunrise, National Guard troops assigned to Washington, D.C. are heading back home today. The troops are called to the district following the deadly January 6th attack on the Capitol. That deployment ended at midnight. Starting this morning, more than 2,100 National Guard troops will return home to their bases. We're starting to turn the quarantine death against COVID-19 deaths and new case rates all dropping as more people get vaccinated.
But as Tracy Potts reports, there's a new concern about a potential complication for teenagers.
Good news in the fight against COVID-19. The 7-day average death rate is now just over 500, the lowest since July. And new cases are at their lowest 7-day average in almost a year, below 30,000.
The people who are getting infected now tend to be people who are younger, less vulnerable to the infection, because a lot of the vulnerable population has been vaccinated.
Hospitalizations are down too. Experts credit more people getting vaccinated. But the CDC reports a few cases of mild myocarditis in teens and young adults after the second shot. It's a heart condition causing inflammation.
There's no evidence that this condition is linked to the vaccine at this time.
A recent poll by the Parents Foundation shows parents reluctant to vaccinate kids under 16. Nearly a quarter say no. Another quarter say they'll wait and see. As businesses reopen,
really looking forward to things moving back towards normal.
More states are removing mask mandates in hopes of leaving the pandemic behind. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
Well, tonight at 6, only on ksee24, a 70-year-old Fresno man was hospitalized with the coronavirus. He's in a coma for a month. When he woke, he was unable to walk, didn't even know his wife. A year later, he's thriving and has life back to normal as we all ease our way back to normal from the pandemic.
It was healthy one day, and the next day it was, gosh, it's really a miracle, just like they said. I'm a miracle child.
Ron Hill at 6 p.m. Level air on ksee24. Investigators are still trying to track down the gunman from a deadly bar shooting in Clovis.
Police say 21-year-old Merhildo Luna of Fresno and 27-year-old Andre of Sanger worked at the Palace Bar was wounded. Officers detained a man for questioning yesterday. They say he was with the shooter.
The warrant went well. We did recover evidence, and like I said, our investigation is progressing.
That man was released after questioning. Police say they are closer to identifying a suspect. Developing now, Fresno police are also looking for the gunman who shot a man outside of a nightclub. A viewer shared with us these photos and videos of the scene outside Aldo's nightclub on Belmont near Humboldt early yesterday morning. Officers say a 26-year-old man leaving the nightclub got into a fight with a group of people inside of a white BMW. Police say someone in the car shot at the man several times before driving off. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Investigators believe this was gang-related.
A woman is recovering after being stabbed near downtown Fresno. It happened yesterday morning near San Benito and H Street. Officers found the woman stabbed in her upper body. She was taken to CRMC. The suspect ran away.
We believe that both the victim and the suspect are homeless and were at this location, and this occurred over some type of disturbance. This suspect is still outstanding, and we're looking for her now.
Police described the suspect as a black woman around 40 years old, about 5 foot tall, with black hair. If you know where she could be, call Fresno police. A Fresno family is in the hospital after a rollover crash near Highway 145 and Clinton Avenue near Kermit. CHP officers say a couple and 2 young children were in a Jeep when the driver lost control last night. The Jeep went into the front yard of a house, taking out trees, fencing, and plants. Officers say the Jeep rolled at least once. They say the children were not in safety seats. One was ejected. Officers say the couple had just come from Skaggs Bridge Park and had been drinking. They also suspect the 2 were arguing before the crash.
Some circumstances that this could be an intentional act that caused the vehicle to leave the roadway, involving the 2 adults within the vehicle.
The cause of the crash is under investigation. Well, school's almost out for many throughout the valley, and if you're looking for something for the kids to do at home, UC Merced Children's Opera is back.
Yes, this year's performers ditched the stage and went for a virtual show. ksee24's Natalie Vera is live to explain how this all works. Good morning.
The
this time the show is virtual, and that means that now more kids can enjoy this at home. I spoke to the program director, and she tells me that, you know, this was in an effort to adhere to COVID-19 guidelines, but the director tells me that they took it as an opportunity to get creative. She says around 50 kids from a local children's choir make an appearance. They also use drones dressed up in cute characters, and the video is free and available on YouTube, but classrooms can also sign up for the show on UC Merced's website for bonus features.
We provide a robust curriculum packet with activities before, during, and after the opera. We actually are also providing an opera I Spy with landmarks from around the campus to be on the lookout for, just really hoping to make it as engaging an experience as possible for kids.
The goal is to get kids interested in UC Merced or in a university in general. And this year's Save the Dragons opera is focused on nature, so everything was filmed outside. If you're interested in, you can register online by going to UC Merced's website. It's arts.ucmerced.edu. Again, arts.ucmerced.edu, and search for Children's Opera. Live in Fresno, I'm Natalie Vera, KC24 Local News That Matters.
Thank you, Natalie. I just want to reiterate, it's arts.ucmerced.edu.
Thank you.
People out there now.
It's 5:39.
Still ahead, remembering the victims. Local street art wants to make sure the names and faces of the victims of violence in Fresno are not forgotten.
And after a pleasant weekend, we have a new warming trend. First, your 40-hour forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Oak, Privet, and Oliver, the top pollens, and we are in the medium range all the way through Thursday. I'll show you how long temperatures will stay in the 90s as KC24 Sunrise continues.
This is the place I love. There's nowhere better than the place I'm from. Yeah, this is where my world goes round. I've got my local on. The Central Valley is where I belong. ksee24 is where I go. Turning on and it feels right. I've got my local on.
Your summer starts here. Time to save on a new Toyota and get out and have some fun. Catch a great deal today.
Don't miss Memorial Day deals. Get up to $50 cash back on Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Been there, done this. We've seen it all at Precision Garage Door. Our vehicles are fully stocked to get the job done right. We can repair most makes and models the same day, and that's why we promise.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Do you have an open wound on your foot or leg? Do you have poor circulation and burning pain sometimes? Are you diabetic? There is a clinical trial evaluating a gene therapy in an investigational use to see if it helps wound healing of ischemic foot and leg ulcers. Qualified participants will receive all study-related care, including doctor visits, study medication, and up to $1,380 in financial compensation. If you have an open foot or leg wound, call 559-322-0998.
Dinosaurs, come alive! Over 60 moving, breathing, ferocious dinosaurs. And exciting. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Merced County Fairgrounds. For tickets and more info, visit JurassicEmpire.com.
Your summer starts here. Time to save on a new Toyota and get out and have some fun. Catch a great deal today.
For Memorial Day, get $2,000 cash back on Corolla or lease with 0 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places.
It all comes down to this.
You have a serious shot at winning the show. Unbelievable.
Let's win The Voice.
The Voice finale, live tonight and tomorrow on NBC.
What is this?
It just doesn't feel right.
No!
There are things that you need to understand. I can show you.
What have you done?
Welcome back on this Monday morning. We are waking up to warmer temperatures across the Central Valley and for just about the entire this afternoon. It's just a brief warm-up followed by a brief cool-down, then things warm up once again. It looks like it's going to stay warm for quite some time. 59 degrees this morning in Fresno, 55 in Sacramento. We have 60s for the desert areas of Palm Springs, Las Vegas, and Phoenix, and a very chilly 29 degrees up in Lake Tahoe this morning. So the Sierra did pick up some snow Friday through Saturday, but unfortunately that is going to melt fairly quick because things are warming up fast before our temperatures. 52 degrees this morning in Merced, 58 in Visalia, and 55 in Hanford compared to 20.